Hello everyone, Ani. I'm back again with another podcast. So this podcast, I'm going to talk about my last week things because I forgot to record last week. Well, anyway, yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. I haven't really listened any of the my podcast, because I don't like my voice. So I just record once, no cuts, and then I just post it. So I hope you guys are listening and liking it. If you're listening it, if you aren't listening it, then that's fine. So in this podcast, this is my third podcast, and I'll be talking to you about what happened last week and some other things. So let me start with what happened at my work. I work in a school with kids and all, so I have to tell lots of stories to them. I have to play around with them, I have to teach them, and I do lots of fun stuff with them. So what happened one time, I can't remember because it was like Monday, Tuesday, I can't remember. So there was a kid called I can't remember his name. His name was Oscar. He's a very naughty guy, but he was just lying. He's around, I guess he was around 6-7 years old. He was just sitting on my lap, and I was telling him some story and all. And all of a sudden, I felt very warmed on my lap, and I just told him, can you just get up? And the thing happened was he just weed on my pants, on my trouser. Luckily, that day I had bought my extra trouser, so it was good that I bought another extra trouser. Otherwise, I don't know what would I be done doing that. So yeah, and it was a Diwali week as well, and my friend, she had brought me kurta from India, so it was quite big, and it looked quite baggy. So I had to go for the alteration in tailor, and trust me, guys, here in the UK, tailoring is super expensive. Just for a slight tailoring, it cost me like £30, which is like super expensive. So that's why, like, I'm not gonna buy any other clothes here in UK except Uniqlo, because Uniqlo, it just fits me right. All the other brands, all the other clothes are really it's too baggy for me. And although I'm changing my style, like I really want to try something new, like baggy style or quite like loose. But let's see what I'll do. But yeah. So even last week I went to library, one of my favorite library here in Bristol. It's Waterstones Book Store. It's a really nice library. I feel kind of like safe place. It's a heaven for all the readers. And as you know, like, I love reading books. Although I can't remember what I read in the book, my memory is not that really good, but I love to read books, and I like to write as well, although my writing is not really good. But yeah, I went to that bookstore, and I found few of the books which I liked it very much. The first book was, it's about it was the title of the book was Letter to Future Self, and I thought it could be someone's book, a journal for the future self. But when I opened it, it was an empty envelope. In each pages there was an empty envelope, and you have to write it down for the future. And there was like different categories. For now, I can't remember that, but yeah. So next time I would really want to buy it. But the thing is, my handwriting is super nice. It's too nice that I can't read my own handwriting. So that's sad. Anyway, that's a really nice way of keeping some journal for the future self, or maybe later, so that you can read that letter in future, in for the next 5 or 10 years. And yeah, I don't know what to say. I'm still learning how to do podcasts, because sometimes my brain, I don't get words to say, but you just learn by doing, so I'm just doing it. And the second book, I really loved it. It was it called like book journal. I even posted it in my Instagram story. It was really nice. The thing is, it was a bit expensive. It was around like 29 to 30 pounds. In that book, there was already template about journaling the books you have read, like your favorite books, name, the author, and what have you got from that book, the quotations book, and like stickers and all, and you can even rate with the stars. It was really nice, but it was a bit expensive, so, and I don't really want to buy that expensive book just to keep the journal, because I have been writing my journals in a very small paper, or even I journal what I've read the book and what I've got from the book, and a few of my thoughts of the book. So yeah, but it was really nice. The book was really nice. I think in future, if I earn really good, and then I'll think of like buying that book journal. It's in a blue color, and it's really nice. And I even bought 2 books last week. I was not thinking of buying the book, because I have thought like I want to buy just 1 book a month, but yeah, I think I have bought at least 2-3 books this month. So yeah, the first book I bought was let me see, can't remember the book name. The first book I bought was this one. It says like Discipline is Destiny by Ryan Holiday. It's a book of the power of self-control. It's a nice book. I thought of reading this book, but I haven't finished the other book called Good Lives, Good Vibes. So let me finish that book, and then I'll start reading this book. It's a really nice book. And the second book, I really wanted to read this book since a really long time. I even downloaded this in PDF file, but I don't know, like I never read that book. It's called Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus by John Gray. It's a really nice book. So, to understand man and woman, the difference, and many things, I don't know what to say, and I don't know even what I'm saying. But yeah, I think these 2 books are really nice, and I'm really looking forward to read this book. But let me finish the other book first. And if you want to really follow my book journaling things, or what I read and all, I have made an Instagram page called I Read Sometimes. Yeah, I have very bad memory, I can't remember anything. So yeah, there is a book Instagram page. I just post whatever I read, the books I read. So yeah, but although I have read more than the post, but I just recently started posting it. It's a nice way of keeping journal. And yeah, it's a month of festival. It's a month of autumn. The Bristol is looking beautiful in brown, red, yellow. I don't know what color you want. The trees looking so aesthetically pleasing, so beautiful. And it was Diwali. It was Dashera and Diwali. In Nepalese we call Tihar. That's a Tihar. It's so beautiful. I was really missing my home. It's been many years I haven't really celebrated with my family, and I was really missing. My mom was sending me pictures and videos of our house, our decorations, of our family celebrating Diwali. Especially Diwali is such a beautiful festival, I believe, more than Dashera though. And I was really sad. I wish like I could have gone home, but yeah, let's see in future. But even though if I'm not able to go back home, I have a beautiful family here as well as a friend. My I call them sisters, I call them Bainis. They invited us for Diwali, and we went there. They made several Nepali food. They were like chicken, pork, momo, even sell roti. I'm feeling hungry already now. And we were drinking as well, obviously, and dancing in Nepali, Hindi music. Some of us were wearing ethnic wear. I have never worn any like Nepalese, what do you call dhaka topi? I don't know the Nepalese ethnic wear. I have never worn that. I really want to wear, but yeah, I wore kurta, made my friend, brought by my friend. It was really nice. I really enjoyed Diwali. And even after we finishing with my old Nepalese friend, we even celebrate with our housemates. So they're all Indians, so we celebrate. We do puja, Lakshmi puja, and we have nice. I can't remember what she made. Puri and chola, something. Yeah, it was really nice, and even went out for fireworks and all. All the fireworks were really not really good, but the journey from our home to the place was called Ashley Park. It was at night, and the road was really muddy because it was raining, and yeah, it was really adventure. I really enjoyed it. You can tell me like if you're still listening now, you can just tell me like how did you celebrate your Diwali, Tihar, let's say anything. So yeah, and I guess let me end because it's almost like 12 minutes already, so almost 30 minutes. I don't like to talk too much, to be honest, but I think last week when it was Diwali, I wrote something. So let me end with this thing. I've written about my mom. It goes like, I miss you, mom, more than words can say. Walking, eating your stories each day. I cherish in my heart's quiet play. I usually do not express that much to you, mom, but when Dasai Tihar come, I find myself questioning my decisions every time. I just got to realize that every Dasai Tihar I write something about my family. Last year I wrote about my grandma. Let me read about that as well. It goes like, Dear Amma, I call my grandma as Amma. Amma, it means mom, but yeah, anyway. I written last year in Dasai Tihar, it says like, I miss you, and our only constant conversation starter is, when are we going to meet again? When will we have another festival and dance together? I miss you terribly. I miss your cooking. I miss our dance. I miss our laughs. I miss your hugs and kisses. I miss how much fun Dasai Tihar used to be, and obviously your tipsy face. I miss you so much, Amma. Today is Tihar, and when I listened to your voice on a call, I could not hold my tears back. I'll see you soon, and in the meantime, take care of your health. I love you. Don't forget that our Dasai Tihar dances to you. Hugs and kisses. I'm very close with my grandma and my mom in the whole family. So every time, whenever I call my grandma and my mom, the only constant conversation is like, when are we going to meet? When are we going to dance in Dasai Tihar? Because I have a very vivid memory of like when we were very young, when I used to study in Darjeeling, my hometown. And we used to celebrate Dasai in a very fun way, dancing, eating, and our family was such a beautiful family, like every family. So I really miss those days and all. Yeah. I think I will make a separate podcast about my childhood days with my family, because it's been more than, I think half of my life. I'm 28 right now. I think half of my life, more than 14, 15 years, I've been living alone. I'm living abroad, not with my family. So sometimes I really think about my decision, like, why did I even choose this way, this path? Why did I even left my home? There's always like two. Being a Gemini, I think it's a thing that you always have two thoughts. Like, the one thought is like, why did I left? If I never left in my earlier days, I would never have been to the places I've been, but I would have been with my family, with them. But the other thought goes like, even I'm not with my family, but I have been seeing the world, getting lots of experiences, meeting new people every day, learning different cultures. But so yeah, I'll be talking more about this in the future podcast. Let's see what happens. So yeah, but in this podcast, I really want to read this specific thing I wrote. This one I wrote, it was in 31st October. I don't know if you are listening or not. If you are listening, you'll get to know. I don't know if you're reading this or not, but if you are, can you just come back and heal the pieces of my heart before every strings of a thread you had tied start to fray and fall apart? Because sometimes you're not that strong. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for listening, and can I tell you one secret? After I record, I never ever listen to my podcast again, because I feel so cringe to listening my own voice. And once I listened, I think I listened my first podcast, and after I recorded, I listened to my podcast, and there were so many words I've been repeatedly bringing up. Like in this podcast, I already know, like, I'm speaking so much about and yeah, I'm very much self-conscious about these things. So since my second podcast and this is my third podcast, I'm not going to listen anyway. So if you find a bit cringy, or if you find a bit here and there, I am sorry. But yeah, I never listen to my podcast, and hopefully I will listen after many years, so that I don't feel cringe of my own voice, of my own words, of my own everything from this podcast. But if you're enjoying this podcast, please do. I don't know how the Spotify works, if you guys follow or not. I have no idea, but if you do like it, if you guys can follow, just follow it, and you can share with your friends. And in future podcasts, I'm thinking of doing in Nepali as well, because my Nepali is really nice. I think much better than English, hopefully. But my Nepali is such a straightforward Nepali. I don't have much polite way of speaking Nepali, and Hindi as well. So yeah, thank you so much guys for listening, and I'll catch you later. Bye bye.